All right. Hi, everybody. It's another TwinRay Community gathering. Yeah. So, of course, we're going to have the wonderful Gary Malkin, who I'll introduce in a moment. And of course, the TwinRay are going to be here. But while they continue to complete setting up sound, I want to take a moment to introduce a big friend of our community. He is putting together a very important fundraiser for our beloved friends in Maui. And so all the donations that you brought in today, the percentage that's going to the Haven is going to go to Larry's organization. So let's hear it for Larry Morningstar. Where am I? Yeah, here? Right in front of the camera. So,
aloha kaku, aloha friends and community. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight and let you know about this benefit concert for Maui that we have planned. I'm sure you know that there have been devastating fires in Maui recently, with the town of Lahaina being totally destroyed. 115 people have perished, 2,200 structures destroyed, thousands homeless, and our hearts are broken. So a group of us in the community have come together, several different event producers, and are putting together an event in about 2.5 weeks called Aloha Maui, a benefit for the people of Lahaina, concert and silent auctions. It's going to take place on Sunday, September 17th, starting at 6:30, going to 11 p.m. at the Ashland Historic Armory here in Ashland. And I encourage you to mark that date in your calendar and come and tell your friends. We're going to have amazing music by some of Southern Oregon's most amazing, some of our finest bands and musicians. We'll have hula dancing from a hula troupe from Grants Pass. Their name is Halau Hula Anuku Aina, which means a passage in the land. And we also have a Native Hawaiian music band coming. It's pretty special. They haven't played in 5 years. They're a local band, but they've kind of gone in different directions. And they're hoping that their lead guitar player will fly over from Maui to be part of this event. Their name is Hyena. And then we have various local bands. We'll have a poster out soon. All those names should be on there. All of the donations that we receive, all the funds that we receive after expenses will go directly to support the people of Maui who were displaced and traumatized by the fire. We worked quite hard to choose which organizations on Maui to partner with, and we chose 3 local Maui and Hawaiian nonprofit organizations, all of which have projects dedicated to helping the people affected by the fires. The names of those groups are Maui Aloha, the People's Response, which is part of the Hawaii People Fund. Kakao Maui Fund, which is part of the Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement. And the Maui Fire and Disaster Relief, part of Maui's United Way. And when we vetted these organizations, we looked at, we want to work with local on-the-ground organizations that have a track record and also are willing to give 100% of the funds they receive from their fire funds to the people who need it. We also value organizations that are working with Native Hawaiians, with the Kanaka Maoli, to make sure that they have a seat at the table in the reconstruction of the town of Lahaina. We're also looking for a 4th organization to partner with, one that is helping with displaced animals that have been traumatized by the fire. We'll have a poster out soon. There'll be a Facebook event. We'll bring a poster and some handbills here. If you want to help out, save the date. That's Sunday, September 17th. Ashland Armory, 6:30. We'll actually be opening a little earlier, about an hour earlier for silent auction viewing. There'll be dinner served, beverages, be a full night. Bring your dancing shoes. tell your friends, and there'll be a wonderful silent auction. Any questions?
I have a question.
I-
So I'm also working with a group over there, Uplift Behind. Is that one of those?
Not one of the ones that we,
I, and we're working on providing a school as a student, so we're shipping our. As soon as they.
that is so beautiful. There's lots of room for people to help out. I think the estimate is it's going to take about $6 billion to rebuild. Yes. Anybody else? Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. Thanks to the community. Thanks, Scott, and look forward to hearing Gary.
Thanks for what.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
And thank you, Larry. I also want to thank Lloyd. Lloyd and Larry are the two people who've really been bringing music and wonderful artists, some of our favorites, to Ashland. So thank you very much, Larry. Thank you very much, Lloyd. We're really grateful for that. And we're now going to do a little test to see if the sound is working. And then we're going to get started.
Speaking first, please.
Speaking.
Choose this microphone.
Can you check to see if the sound is working for people? Just ask.
Yes, yes.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Still speaking, or can you start playing? 1 second speaking.
He hasn't just seen this. It's quite a jump.
Thank you. Glad it went well.
Great.
Down after 5 minutes.
It's all the same thing.
My keyboard? All right. Done.
Jamishka.
Yay. You want me to start with a song? Well, this will wake me up. So I think I'll do this one. We created this for the 9/11 1-year anniversary. And whoa. traveling all of my days, wondering where it will end. Only to find that when I arrive, I just begin again. All of my longing and all that I knew, I leave now to the past. The city of light is calling me home at last. See all the faces searching the land, wondering where it would go. Lost in the darkness, outreaching hands, hungry for what they don't know. I know the faces, so ready to see the dark is fading fast. The city of light is calling us home at last. And it's an anthem that's fun to sing. It goes like this. The searching is over. We answer the call with spirit to guide us. There's justice for all. We're one human family, united we stand. The city of light is calling us home at last. See all the children bursting with joy, kissing the light of day. Blossoms of springtime fresh in the morn, their light will lead the way. Now is the moment to walk in the light, their way is bright and clear. Us home at last. The searching is over. We answer with spirit to guide us. There's justice for all. We're one human family, united we stand. The city of light is calling us home at last. The searching is over. We answer the call with spirit to guide us. There's justice for all. One family, united we stand. The city of light is calling us home at last. The spirit of light is calling us home at last. The city of light, the beings of light, the community of light is calling us home at last. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh. I thought I'd start with a bang. Hello, dear. This is the first time I'm meeting these guys. Yeah. I did. Okay.
What an entrance.
The beings of life walked in as I was stuck in the city of. What a thrill to meet you guys. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you guys and be a part of this beautiful experience.
But you're often so beautiful, so precious,
Mm.
so valuable. Really feel the heart just started to open more and more.
Mm.
You're going to be taking everyone on the journey.
maybe so.
Perfect. Yeah, that's good.
Hello.
One. Can everyone hear us? Oh, yay.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Hello.
You wouldn't believe what it took. You wouldn't believe what it took to get to this moment.
But we would.
Thank you, James. So the hero.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much, beloved James.
Scott said Superman lives indeed.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
And thank each and every one of you for being here. What a beautiful crowd to be with. Family of lights, community of lights. Now let's build the city of lights.
Hmm.
So tonight, this is a co-creation. We don't prepare anything really
No.
ever, to be honest. So we like to just create in the moment with each one of you, with your energy that you're contributing, everything that you're pouring into this beautiful field as we are one together. And so we want to open with a meditation, and then we'll also just open up the space for questions as we weave in and out. And it's going to be a magical journey ride as well with love Gary with us. And so let's just take a deep breath, closing our eyes, our hearts are open, bringing a big smile to our faces. It's good to be in sacred company. Open up our crowns to receive. Open up our hearts to love. Let's breathe in collectively with a collective sigh, just softening into the present moment.
We invite now a moment of grace as we open ourselves to receive all that is awaiting tonight. The world right now is being reborn and is in a grand cocoon. Imagine yourself in a cocoon of light right now. This cocoon is not only a cocoon of light, but it is a cocoon of potential, of possibility. It holds great intelligence, and it knows your most expanded, loving, and highest reality beyond the scope of your own imagining. Tonight we shall nurture this cocoon, nourish it and feed it, and give it all it needs, both individually and collectively. Feel the gentle holding presence of this cocoon. Feel it like a gelatinous place. In golden, soft pink light. The soft pink light is the light of compassion. It allows a softening to happen inside of you so that a more gentleness can emerge. And the golden light is the light of wisdom. And the ability to know how to utilize the tools you already have, the gifts you've already come in with. And this cocoon is going to help you birth more of this tonight.
Take a breath into your heart, your sacred, holy heart that knows no separation, is the innocence, is the virtues, is the joy that is searched for out there in life, is the source of that joy within. Allow your heart to speak to you. Allow your heart to guide you. What do you wish to seed into this cocoon of light? Astrologically, we are in a time of Virgo, purification, the divine virgin, the innocence of virtue. That is what the heart knows. That is what the heart seeks for. And it's the mind sometimes distracts one from the very purity of the light that you are, until the mind surrenders back to its true master, the heart. When you allow that surrender, greatest journey, to fall and be caught to the deep center of your being, from there you flourish. Life flourishes around you. How do you wish to serve from this sacred space? What do you choose to remember? What gifts are you here to share? May this time that we spend together nurture the potential of your heart, the light of your heart. To be rebirthed into your reality, giving yourself permission to accept the greatness that you are, the kindness, compassion, pure, innocent child wonderment.
And from that space of pure, innocent child wonderment, everything is magical. Everything is new. Everything inspires curiosity. It inspires wide-eyed appreciation for all life. And from this space, there is a rebirthing. There is a renewal. There is magic everywhere. It's now for you to see this magic. It's now for you to hear, feel, and experience the glory that is right here before you. You do not need to go anywhere to find it. It's right here. It's right inside of you. Like a flower that's blooming and blossoming, finding the sunlight. And that flower and that sunlight is all within you. And the child says, ah, look at this. And look at that. I've seen this before, but I'm seeing it different now. With new eyes and a new heart. Brighter, more brilliant, more radiant, more energized, and more expanded to allow the surrender presence and the divine to guide you, to lead you for a more miraculous existence every day. Breathe that in. It's to you to create your reality. Choose now the reality you wish to live. Choose now the company you wish to keep. Holy company, company that upholds you, company that sees you, that recognizes the spark of God and the divine within you, waiting to be nurtured and nourished even further, ignited even more. As we come together, we build this reality. We build this light. We manifest it together. Imagine now holding hands with your brother and sister of light right next to you. And if you feel so, hold hands. Connecting and creating a web of light, a web of life and livingness, respecting, honoring with great reverence every step you take on this body of earth. Living, breathing, connecting hearts, one breath into another breath of life. And now imagine this golden light filling this space right now. Bathing and blanketing it, bathing and blanketing you. Imagine it feeling like a soft, gentle honey pouring over you, illuminating you, and preparing you for your next chapter of life. It starts right now. All you need do is choose it. You are supported. You are held. You are upheld, and the universe is just waiting, conspiring to give it to you. We say yes, 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 yes to this golden age, yes to this world of peace, yes to this family of light. And we rise together. And we call in all other brothers and sisters of light to recognize the beauty, the peace, the grace, the wondrous presence of love that we are all creating here and sending out into the world. And so it is.
And we also invite anyone, any community that needs extra love and support in these times of purification. Invite our brothers and sisters in Maui. We invite anyone and everyone that needs that support, that needs more nurturing, love, guidance to help clear any doubts or fears. We call them all into this beautiful container of love that we co-create together. We are here to see everyone as who they truly are, as love, who you truly are as love. And we show up as love. We support with love. We guide gently in the synchronicities and the opportunities that we have, and one is open to receive that love. So now let's take this web of lights and let's expand it. Let's expand it to everyone and anyone that's willing to receive it.
It is available. All they need do is ask. So we send out this beacon of light and we say, ask for what is in your heart. Your prayers are answered. Know that and feel that.
That is the great secret. You pray as if it has already happened.
As it is already given.
You pray and you feel that reality merging with you, as you. And when we do this collectively, and we don't pray for ourselves, but we pray for the others in need. We pray for a greater world. And we are grateful for the life that we have been given. We are grateful for this breath. We are grateful for the company that we have. We are grateful to be awakened to the path of spiritual freedom, where you can express yourself, your true, authentic self, with no judgment, but utter support for you to be yourself.
Because love allows. It does not overtake. It invites in great compassion and gentle presence.
And that love heals all wounds, for all wounds are seeking love. And eventually those wounds no longer stay as wounds. They elevate to the medicine. They elevate for us to receive the wisdom that those wounds once taught us, to then help others. We are here on this journey of life, this incarnation, to serve. And we ask this question, what is your offering? What do you offer? And when you're all in for all life, and you've realized who you truly are, beyond personality, beyond the narrative, beyond the story, but you realize that you've always been love. There's nothing greater to become. There's no one to become. It's just remembering humbly, sincerely, authentically, that love has always been your true name. Love has been your only search. And love can only be the one destination that you're being guided through all the trials and the tribulations to return back to that remembering.
It is where you've come from, and it is where you will return to.
So may we hold everyone in that light of love, the most powerful frequency. May we see the world transformed by that love. Spontaneous acts of kindness happening in every single neighborhood. The differences are accepted, but the love is what's requested. So we choose love not for ourselves. We choose love because we all deserve to remember each other as that love. And so as our heart feels the vibration of everything that we're cultivating together in this sacred container, we see the wings that start opening up from the heart. The wings that take you above the pain and the suffering and the sorrow is the purity of your heart. And as we are in this cocoon of light, what is a cocoon without the wings? So our wings are a torus field, our auric and bioenergetic field, filled with the rainbow spectrum. It is a well-lived life as we have traveled all levels and layers the human journey has to offer. Now it's time to bring those wings together, as all of us are feathers for the great wings of the divine. The divine Holy Spirit that shines ever so brightly every single moment. We just have to be willing to surrender and accept it. Allow it to guide us. We are not here to make decisions. We are here to follow the light that's shining within. Now let's allow ourselves to see the entire world in this cocoon of light. And we become the feathers that build the wings for humanity to rise and remember why we all came. It's a great and grand time of purification. There's floods and fires. There's tragedies and it's beauty. All of it. here to remind us that we are powerful when we come together, and we can actually transform our reality because it is a projection of each one of us. As we unify and unite as one, the magic that we can build and create is endless. So may we pray for the world to remember the divine potential that each one of us has a significant role to play and witness.
Amen.
So
And
it
so
is.
it is.
See what happens when you don't plan anything? Each one of you created that. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm going to actually give a world premiere of a song that I just wrote. And so you have to forgive the fact that it's not in my fingers yet, but it came to me in the pool, in the swimming pool. Believe it or not. And let me see if I can find it. It's called All Is Well. Okay. So I was in the middle of I'm in the middle of a very big experience of jumping off a cliff and asking for radical trust. Instead of homeless, I'm going to be home free. And I'm going to actually ask the universe to invite me to show up like I am today. And I've never done this before. Workshops, presentations, and performances, because I am an emissary of love and the unitive experience. And that's who I am. So there I was in the pool, and this phrase just came to me. And it just, you are always one with source. You are safe and secure. All is well. And so these words started coming to me, and I hope I can find them because I just wrote them out. So bear with me for a minute. Here he is. Okay. So these words just came to me as I was swimming. And have any of you ever felt like you met like Mont Annapurna and really asked for like radical trust, like the kind of trust that has nothing to do with circumstance, right? We're all here. We're all there. So I'm in the middle of writing a musical, finishing a musical. And so everything I do now sounds like a Broadway musical. It never used to be that way, but it's 5 years of working on a musical does that. And so here it is. And bear with me if it's still learning how to be played. And I trust that the ground will hold me. Can I trust that the moon will rise? Can I trust that the moon will guide? That was supposed to be the sun will rise me. So sorry. Can I trust that the moon will rise? Can I trust that the moon will guide the tides of time? Can I trust that all is well? Can I trust that the plants will feed me? Can I trust that the flowers will bloom? Can I trust that the air and sky will breathe me? Can I trust that all is well? So many times my heart would break and shattered dreams would take me to the dark night of my soul. The days and nights of tears and grief and wondering when I'd find relief would take its toll. Will I feel whole when I sing this song? Will I feel like I belong? Can any of you relate to this at all? Can I trust that my life is an adventure? That I'm held in a mystery to unfold? When I remember that courage is my fear that says its prayers. When I remember that my losses make it possible to care. When I remember who I am, I can feel, I can know, I can trust that all is well, all is well, all is well. See what I mean by Broadway musicals?
We love Broadway musicals.
Unabashed heart, right there it is. First people to hear it. Thank you for letting me share it.
Ah, what
It's
a gift.
wonderful.
Thank you so much. And how beautiful that you've been caught at the TwinRay Temple.
Perfectly orchestrated.
Indeed, indeed.
You know, everything, Gary, that you are going through is what the world is going through. The world is at a precipice right now. It doesn't know what tomorrow will bring. People all over the world are terrified of what they don't know. They're terrified of what they might find. So tonight, when we talk about can you trust? Can you have faith? Is it safe to believe in the divine orchestration? Is it safe to trust that there's a greater power than you yet know, than the human mind, the ephemeral human mind can perceive? The answer is unequivocally yes. There is no choice. The belief that there is control in one's everyday life is fallible at best. Yes, you have control. We have control of what toothpaste you choose, what you choose to eat, who you connect with to some degree, and what you do every day, but the grand design is designed. And every single person is a part of creating that grand design through its tapestry. And it is your thoughts that are like satellites that connect and communicate to not only this world and the people in it, but all over the universe. The universes of light hear you, feel you, sense you, and are a part of this orchestration. Every day, the moment you take breath, you have a choice. Every breath you take gives you the opportunity to make a choice, another choice. You get to choose where you focus your energy, your attention, your precious, precious life force and your love. Is it safe? So many people right now are leaving the cities. There's a mass exodus that started, and it's going to continue because people are finding that their souls are calling for something new. The souls are calling for what they've really come for here. And perhaps it's not what they've experienced through their adulthood up until now. The world is dawning, and that sun is rising. And that moon will rise, and that sun will rise every day. And yet it is a metaphor for the journey of the soul back to the heart, and from the mind to the heart. And they say that is the greatest distance to travel, because it is met with so many obstacles along the way. But the journey itself, the journey is where the discovery lies. The journey itself is where you really find yourself. You get to know who you really are when you are met with the obstacles as you alchemize them into opportunities. We are grand alchemists, and how do we do that? Every one of you alchemizes every day, whether you know it or not. You alchemize fear into love every time you have the courage to face a part of you that is, we have a little friend here, that is maybe a bit terrifying to see. Every day you alchemize fear into love when you set forth, step into something that is unknown, and you give your trust, and you give your faith, and you give your courage to the divine. Every day, in the smallest ways to some of the largest ways, like giving up your home so you can be home free, Gary. And so today and every day, we're here to hold you through that. And let that sweet little baby that's coming out of the womb space to be held, to be supported, to be given the wings, to be able to soar and rise in that safety, in that trust, and in that love, and know that no matter what it looks like out there, no matter what it seems, here is where you must find your strength. Here is where you must find your faith. Here is where you must find your courage. You don't have a choice. There is no choice. And in fact, all of these tests, it's easy to love when it's easy. It's easy to love someone who loves you back and who is affectionate and kind. But can you love when it's challenging? Can you love when someone doesn't speak your language of truth, of compassion, of kindness? That is where you must love most. That is where that light is called. That is where that light is needed. In those circumstances, and that is where the tests show up. You look around the world and people are praying for love, but they're not always acting in love. And so it's up to those who know better to keep and hold that faith and that truth no matter what this world shows up as. Because if you don't, who will? It has to be you. You're prepared. You're here in this room. Masters of love, masters of truth inside of you. Remember that beauty. Remember that calling that brought you here. Remember why you've come. You've come to be the pillars of light when the world needs you most, and the world needs you most now. And it doesn't mean you go out there and necessarily push through. It's happening in here. It happens inside of you. Then you take that and you transmit that. And if everyone is doing this at the same time, the world instantly will move into another reality timeline, into another experience of itself, because the consciousness, because the tests are no longer needed to unify an ununified world, because these disasters, for whatever the reason, is where people come together the most. And so what would it be like if people just came together every day for joy, every day to celebrate something and to see the beauty and the goodness and the vulnerability in each other every day, and not just when something strikes? You would see very quickly that these natural disasters would cease.
And what would it be like if we could speak to the earth and the animals, the trees, the bees, the birds, and all of sentient life? Or you can. And when humans forget their connection to their environment, they forget their connection to this world, they forget their connection to themselves. And then when disasters strike, there is this human spirit that shows up. They're so beautiful that we can feel empathy, we can feel other people's pain so they don't have to go through it alone. We can help, we can show up. It's easy to trust when everything's going right. But if your house burns to the ground, you don't have any possessions anymore, what do you do then? This neighborhood, this community experienced that. Talent, Phoenix. It wasn't too long ago when that was actually a really sad experience for many. But how the community showed up with food, with support, with clothes. And it took a long time. And it wasn't as consistent support that maybe others were needing. But disasters happen all the time. And it teaches us to don't take anything for granted. Surrender and trust sound good. But sometimes the most challenging experiences of life actually bring you to that initiation. And it's the moments that when you've learnt better, when you've seen that there's another way to be, and when you take that on and you embody that, you choose to live from the goodness of your being, that when those tragedies happen, you still feel held, you still feel supported. I shared a story personally today with our team, and it feels important to share that, in my own life journey, I went through this time where I was in full surrender and trust, just as beloved Gary's in now, where he just gave away all my physical possessions and traveled the world with a backpack. And there came a time where, when I returned from the world and the journey, it was easy to still be in the flow and be in surrender when I still had money in my bank account, when I still had material possessions I could sell at any moment. So I wanted to really surrender. So I went to my bank account and withdrew tens of thousands of dollars and went around to people on the streets that needed that more than I did. I started giving away fun tokens, but with the caveats that they would buy food and they'd buy things that they needed. And so the people that I would connect with were the ones that couldn't pay their rent, or that were living on the street and they needed food, they needed clothes. And then I went even further than that. I got all my crystals and jewelry and all these things that we play with, that we love, to reflect the goodness that each one of us are, and I put it in a bonfire and just offered it to the divine. That's all of it.
Even your documents, everything.
Even my passport, which wasn't so practical.
all identity documents.
True story. And I, continued that. I literally gave off the clothes on my body to a homeless man, because I wanted him to have an experience of having clean clothes. So I took his clothes and wore those clothes, and I wanted to have the experience of really just letting it all go and fully surrender. Like I said, it's easy to surrender when you've got a full tummy and you've got a nice house, or you have shelter, and you have all the things that allow material freedom.
To create safety.
But that's just an illusion. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to have. It's important to have, in fact, to have those needs met, those human needs. And then it got to a point where I literally took all my clothes off and I needed to surrender one last thing, and it was my breath. So I did, and I walked into the ocean completely naked and let my breath go and just surrendered and just fully let go. And I woke back up on the shores and put my clothes back on. It was still like 3 a.m. in the morning, so the water was absolutely freezing. And I just sat in meditation until the sun dawned. And so there I was, just me and the water. No possessions, no money, nowhere to go, nowhere to be. And I laughed at myself because I didn't need to do that to have that experience. And what happened was quite amazing, because within a few months later, all of it returns. The more you give, the more you receive. And you start giving things, it just comes back in different ways, with different smiles, with different faces, with different experiences. And so trust is a funny thing, because ultimately, in the end, you either trust willingly or you trust through force. Because life will bring you to your knees when you least expect it. And it's important to do the work every day. So when you're brought to your knees, you bring your hands to your heart and you bring your head to the ground in full surrender.
James, before his next song, we move you to raise in the mixer volume, both his voice and his piano. And we still need to raise mixer volume to Sanandaji for broadcast, for the live stream. Cool.
I am so honored that I will be offering a workshop this Sunday afternoon, inspired by the work that Michael and Doris Stillwater and I created 22 years ago called Graceful Passages. How many of you ever heard of that work? Yeah, it's one of the greatest gifts that really was responsible for me making a turn to service from a commercial music career. And this is the first time that a real workshop has evolved out of it. I'm actually doing it normally with a partner, but what I wanted to say about it was I learned through all the losses that I've gone through that one of the greatest obstructions to being who we really are and to really feeling and knowing our purpose is to address the unaddressed losses and to allow yourself to be with the grief that is there to be felt. So we're going to navigate the grief on Sunday into joy and gratitude. And in fact, the last song I do, if we can do another song later, is all about that. But this first piece has kind of a medicine of grief in it. And it also has a medicine of the dignity of honoring grief, right? It's called Elegy for the Things We Lost. I wrote it for the score for the second Thrive. If any of you know the Foster and Kimberly movie Thrive, I scored both of those films. And this was a piece of music that had to reflect something, an elegy, being present with that which is lost. So I just would love, during this piece of music, for you to be with both what you're aware of and what you're not aware of, and hold space for the altar in your heart to be with all the things that have been lost. Hold space for them and love yourself in the midst of that. And then it'll go into a song after an instrumental piece, which also came out of COVID, actually, but well, that's another story. So here we go. That's all we're here for, right? It's a pity that we have forgotten. My heart is broken. There's so much at stake. But it's time now, time to remember we're together, sharing the ache. An old man is dying. He has no insurance. His kids have left him to live their own lives. His nights are lonely, but he's still a father. Will we reach out so he's not left alone? We are all here. We are all here. We are all here to love. We were born here. We will fall here. We are all here to love. Next time I sing that, would you join me? Loyal Susan, she's well in her 60s. Her aging parents are in fast decline, but she has longings and dreams of her future. But she shows up while her brothers are blind. We are all here. We are all here. We are all here to love. We were born here. We will fall here. We are all here to love. It's a pity that we don't remember. Our hearts are broken with so much at stake. But it's time now, time to remember we have each other so we can awake. We are all here. We are all here. We are all here to love. We were born here. We will fall here. We are all here to love. Let's sing it without the piano. We were all here. We are all here. We are all here to love. We were born here. We will fall here. We are all here to love. We are all here to love. What an honor. Feeling so lucky to be here right now. Thank you. My heart's so wide open. Wow. It's what I'm here for.
It's what you do best.
And I never made a living from this. It's film scoring that I made a living from. But this is who I am now. Yeah.
It suits you perfectly.
Hmm.
Mhm. Love it. Thank you.
So would anyone like to continue the weave and maybe ask a question, bring into the field? And if not, we can just sit in silence.
I have a question, but I don't know what it is yet. Is it okay for me to pose a question?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, how often am I going to be in this moment, right, with you? It's incredible. I've had a lot of money in my life. And then it was half of it went to my ex-wife and the other half went to Bernie Madoff. And I've been hard on myself for not going back to the commercial success, you know, because I knew what my purpose was and I just wasn't going to go backward, right? The dive into trusting radically, you know, I think now finally I'm ready for something, a different experience. But when that thought, that negative energy comes in of fear, that was so used to using the accolades and the money and the awards and all that and all the security in the bank as your value. You know, I'm in this radical, reason I'm saying yes to this process is I don't want to live in that kind of prison anymore. Not knowing, not feeling direct, constant access to source as an expression of God. And to doubt that number of times a day is very painful. It's painful. And I'm ready to shed that. And so maybe I'm just saying it as a declaration, my coming out party here. You know? I've never not known how to be transparent. Anything but transparent is not, I just don't know how to be anything other than that.
Can we do just maybe a quick releasing of
Sure.
that for you?
Yeah,
Yeah, would that be?
absolutely.
Okay, let's see.
All right.
Oh, we love the spontaneity of just being in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is okay, right? To
Absolutely.
be performing and doing this at the same time.
Absolutely. Who
So-
knows what will come from this? Just what magical.
And let's just also presence that many also feel that.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
maybe if you feel so brave, place your hand up if you feel that you could also need some support in this stage of your life.
And you shall receive
Yeah.
it.
So let's do this in and throughout all as we are here to work as the we.
Mm. So, with your permission, Gary, we're going to utilize you as the
Sarragan.
surrogate for everyone, and as we work with you, we will be working with everyone in the space that gives their full and complete permission to do so.
The wonders of quantum entanglement.
I am willing, ready, and able.
You know,
Okay.
it's so funny, the word, just before we
Quantum.
jump into it, is that this quantum leap, right? We all think it's this massive leap. But quanta is so small.
So
It's
tiny.
like the most tiniest movement. And so this quantum entanglement, it's like, oh, it's the whole fabric of the universe. It's this
It's like
tiny
tiny
little
little
electron to electron, like it's so small. And yet
Photon to photon.
photons, yeah.
yes,
it's-
photon to photon.
But that's what it takes.
That's all
Like,
it
that's,
takes.
That's the
sometimes.
secret of that science, right? That's all it takes, that tiny little step.
Mhm.
And then the divine steps 1,000-fold.
Just take one step, and the divine will step and step and step and step and step to meet you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's all take a deep breath.
So, honoring you, Gary, and honoring everyone in this space for the courage consistently that you have, and the opening and the trust that you have right now.
The transparency, the vulnerability.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so all that you've shared, Gary, everything that you've been holding and feeling for so long? Where is it inside of you? How do you know you're feeling that? It's there.
Well, it actually lives as acid reflux. It's like a burning,
Okay.
actually, physiologically, and it feels not just physiological. It feels psycho-emotional as well.
It is.
Yeah. It's always, every few hours it just shows up. And I know it's a diet and all that stuff, but it feels that there's something more significant in this than that.
Can you feel it right now? If you close your eyes.
Right on hovering, yes. It's right on the edge.
Okay. Let us know when it starts to shift.
You mean shift away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good, okay.
Shift away.
Because sometimes things get worse before they get better.
It might. That's entirely
Homeopathic
possible.
eliminations,
That's entirely possible, but we're gonna intend for that not to be the case.
Nice
in
to
this
know.
moment.
Very nice to know.
Okay, so just soften yourself as much as you possibly can. Everyone in the space, soften yourself as much as you can. Everybody who's watching as well, you beloveds are also going to be receiving.
Yes.
So we involve, we include, we invite everyone to feel as much as they can with grace and ease.
And just call up the feelings and track it within your body as well.
Mm-hmm.
What fears, what organs are speaking to you?
What fears are there to walk to the precipice? What fears are there to move forward in life where life is beckoning you, where the divine is calling you forth? Okay, Gary.
You're asking me?
Hmm?
Mm.
Okay, so we're going to scan you. We're going to come and see what's the first information that's coming through for you. Okay, 50 years old. 50.
What are you asking about 50 years old?
You at 50 years old.
Uh-huh.
Just close your eyes and feel into that for a moment.
Mm. It's actually, it's a broken heart.
Okay, so we're going to go into that first.
That was when my wife and I separated.
Okay, so here we go. Now, everyone in the space, anytime there's been a broken heart, we're all going to go into that now. Bring that broken heart up because it's time. It's time to mend it. Because a heart made of light cannot feel pain, and a heart made of light can only know that light.
And can never
And
break.
only can never break and only knows true forgiveness. Here we go, Gary. We're going to pull all this information up right now, right this second, with such compassion and love. Okay, and let us know when you feel it shifting, really shifting deeply inside of you. There will be 3 waves that come through. Good. Good. This whole room, we're just going to lift this energy up from this whole room, this whole space right now, up and dissolving all of this inside of all of your hearts, all of the hearts here. Gary, what are you noticing?
Obviously, the beautiful glow of love in this community is really impacting me. This sense of we're never alone and we can't do this alone. That sense of communitas. but also the just deep self-love for having the courage to just be real with this, just as it is. 'Cause there's so
Beautiful.
much stigma around it, and having been very, on the other side of things for so long. So just grateful and open to it shifting, and it's lighter actually. The pain, the actual pain is a little less.
Good. Let's go ahead and go. We have a few more waves to go through. So
Now I'm wondering, what have I done here? Oh my Lord, what have I done?
I mean, your prayers are being answered.
There we go.
That's how the divine works. At any moment, it could be. So again, we go into another space. Try to clear your mind as much as possible. No analysis, pure feeling sense right now. Just into the pain. Pure feeling sense. And let us know when the pain starts lessening.
It's already started lessening.
Good. Continue.
I have issues with, staying really clear about the body sensory experience and being able to describe it. So
Perfect. You can't do this wrong. And if you don't know, if you did know, what would it feel like? If you did know, it's okay.
well, it would be very subtle, like a quanta, like a quantum shift. So it would be very subtle, very sensitive.
Just very gentle. There is great power in gentleness too.
Well, it's not the thought. You're saying sensory only. Okay. I am a Gemini, so I think a lot. Right?
And take your awareness, everyone, from your head to your heart. Imagine an elevator coming all the way down into the heart.
And as you breathe, feel your heart just opening and expanding, like the clouds moving and parting, and the lights shining.
Okay, we're going to quicken the energy now, quickening the density. And so, as the energy of failure shows itself, it's understandable to know that that is a human emotion and a fear that almost everyone in the world has at some point. And so, with your permission, we release that now. Releasing the energy of failure. For it is only a construct. It is not real. And as energy is transmuting in form and function, it is released now. Just a little bit left there.
don't think I was ever willing to admit that that was part of it. The fear of like fear of this, the culture's definition of failure. The relationship to money is absolutely linked to that, no question.
And so how does that feel now?
This phrase just came on, to bring it on.
Bring it on, he says.
And how does your heart feel?
It's the only thing that makes sense about me, to me. So I'm just going to follow it with complete devotion. Yeah, it feels good right now.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Has the pain lessened to a significant amount?
yeah, it has. It has. I mean, yeah, it has.
And how's everyone's heart feeling in this moment?
Light and joyful.
Allow that to be your compass of life. The heart knows. And sometimes it makes you face your deepest fears. But it has a wellspring of courage. The deeper you go,
The higher you rise.
Thank you.
maybe we take this healing energy and maybe turn it into a sonic alchemy.
With words and music, or a song. I have a great song. For
Song's
that.
perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But I'm happy to create an accompaniment to another.
We're happy to be silent.
We're happy to have you sing.
When what? More what? Okay, sorry. There. I've had the great pleasure of recording over 150 thought leaders. Brother David Steindl Rast, Desmond Tutu, Deepak Chopra, Thich Nhat Hanh. And I asked them to speak to us as if they were going to die tomorrow, and they spoke and essence came through, and it was so beautiful because everybody has the personality first that speaks. Even those people. And then at some point, after about 30 or 40 minutes, the small self dropped away and the big self came in. And I'd get the tears and chills in the studio every time I was recording these people. I got to be really good at noticing when the big self walked in the room. And Brother David Steindl Rast, the godfather of the gratitude movement, says, it's about gratefulness. You fill yourself with gratefulness. So much joy, so much fullness, so much commitment to serving, so much love of the miracle of the universe, and you fill yourself with this great fullness, and it overflows into blessing, right? And you're grateful not because you're happy because you're grateful, right? I am grateful. I'm going to ask you to sing this with me, and it goes like this. I am grateful for the skies up above, for the skies up above. I am grateful for the miracle of love. Oh, the miracle of love. And now, for those who were raised Jewish, you can say, and when things fall apart. For the rest of you, you can say, and if things fall apart. And if things fall apart and I barely survive, I have to tell you a story. My mother wasn't religious. She died 3 months ago. I was 99 and a half. And the night before she died, she was in a kind of a coma type thing. And out of the blue, she sat up, eyes white as soy saucers, and went, wow, looking in the distance. Wow. Wow. And I'm shocked. Wow. And all 7 of us, my friends, and we were all watching her. And she was being welcomed by the divine. And we went, that's for all she's ever known is oi. And I'm going to write an article that says from oi to wow, my mother's journey to the other side. And if things fall apart and I barely survive, and if things fall apart and I barely survive, I am grateful just to be alive. I am grateful just to be alive. Now sing out when I ask you to sing that with me, okay? I am grateful. Skies up above. I am grateful for the miracle of love. And if things fall apart and I barely survive, I am grateful just to be alive. Sitting on the porch thinking about my problems, wondering what to do, that's the oy vey. Bills to pay, aches and pain, broken hearts, sleepless nights. But a ray of light shone through the clouds as if to say, this is a brand new day. A brand new day. Whoa, whoa, I'm grateful for the skies up above. You can sing with me. I am grateful for the miracle of love. And if things fall apart and I barely survive, I am grateful just to be alive. I am grateful for the skies up above. I am grateful for the miracle of love. And if things fall apart and I barely survive, I am grateful just to be alive. I am grateful for the skies up above. I am grateful for the miracle of love. And if things fall apart and I barely survive, I am grateful just to be alive. I am grateful just to be alive. I am grateful just to be alive. I am grateful. I want you to scream at the top of your lungs. What are you grateful for? Love. What else? What else? Family. What else? The TwinRay. What else? Grateful for gratitude. Grateful for presence. Grateful for my daughter. Grateful for this life. I am grateful just to be alive. Hallelujah! I am saved. I am released. I am healed. Indeed. and I have the Buddha at my back. You see that? What fun. Thank you. What a great opportunity to share my love. Take care.
Well, that's a wrap.
Mic drop. You know, there is. May all beings be happy. Jennifer Barazan. Let's just wrap this up. May all beings be safe. May all beings everywhere be free. Feel free to harmonize if you're formal choral members. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings everywhere be free. To the people of Maui, really soft and tender. May all beings be happy. People of Yemen, may all beings be safe. The people of the Ukraine, may all beings everywhere, the homeless, be free.
Peace. 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 Let there be peace.
And take a collective breath in, breathing out, and smiling,
Opening the crown.
opening the heart. Let in the yummy bliss.
Let's make a couple of quick announcements. Gary mentioned it, but on Sunday, there's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, I'm going to call it a play shop instead of workshop.
And it's not just about grief, it's about expanding your capacity for gratefulness and joy.
So please, let's all be here. Sunday starts at 2 o'clock, so let's arrive at 1:45 to meet, connect. It'll take place up here. That's from 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock. Suggested donation is $33 to $55, but nobody will be turned away. And then there'll be a community dinner afterwards. We'll decide a place to all go if people want to go and break bread together. So that's this Sunday. And so I hope, and please bring friends. It's open to the public. And anything else you want to say about it?
I just tell you, I want to tell you I love you and I thank you for inviting me to this gorgeous community. Thank you, Scott. We're such brothers and I'm so grateful for you. Thank
Love
you.
Gary.
Yeah, great. And if you want to know more about my work, the thing I'm most excited about besides wisdomoftheworld.com is the new educational platform that is the Graceful Passages Workshop. It's called u-awake.com, Mastering the Art of Grief. You won't remember, so come Sunday afternoon and I'll remind you.
And I want to, one more time, thank James for jumping in at the last minute.
Stand ovation, man. Wow. I'm so impressed with you.
And again, thanks to Larry Morningstar for what he's doing. And let's all go to that event. So all be there on that Sunday. And
course, finally, our beloved TwinRay.
And also just want to thank each and every one of you, and thank you for your contributions. They're going to a beautiful cause. And so we want to offer all that we can to our brothers and sisters in Maui. And every time we get to come together with these beautiful events, we get to find a worthy cause that we can all contribute to, we can all support energetically and also physically as well. So thank you.
And there is, I believe, an event at the Armory, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Sunday, September 17th.
That's correct.
And at 6.
Doors open 5:30. Dancing music starts at 6:30.
Okay,
Beautiful.
that's wonderful. And is it something that you need physical support with as well?
We're going to need lots of volunteers.
Lots of volunteers.
All right.
Okay.
We
So,
could use a few volunteers tonight, by the way, to help James break down. So people can help that.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the most extraordinary women's conference is going to be happening concurrent to the G20 summit. And it's called The
Yes.
Power of Women. And there's going to be 80 speakers of extreme pedigree, as well as amazing other individuals. Check it out, Digital Power of Women or Pure Power of Women. Yeah. Are you a speaker at one of them? By any chance?
well,
In an alternate reality.
Almost. Okay.
it was a possibility.
Okay, all right.
But
All right. Well, let's just honor this present moment, honor each other, honor Gary, and please show up for his workshop. And also thank you for just showing up tonight. Blessed, blessed be.
Blessed be.
Until we meet again. We'll add one last thing. As beautiful as this is, we love informal as well, and we want to definitely set up more times where we can just sit on the lawn and just come together and sit together and be together as well. So we're going to create more of that in the community, and more opportunities for just going on trails, just spending time drinking tea, being together, and just speaking about life and seeing into the depth of each other together. So that's also in its birthing very soon.
I just want to say thank you so much to our sacred Sangha, beautiful community that is really growing and building here, spreading the light and the love throughout Ashland and beyond and beyond and beyond. And that it is because of you as pillars standing up that we are being able to have opportunities to come and sit together and sit on the lawn and have these one-on-one moments and more intimate time, because you're stepping up in such important ways, and the organization and the organism is just blossoming in the most profound ways. And it is because of you, for those of you who really are standing up and being these pillars, and we are so grateful. So
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we are here in service to you all, so thank you.
I got to live here for a month in my adventure. I've definitely come here. I'm going to stay here for a little while. This feels good. Thank you. Blessings.
God night.
Mm. Mm.
Thank you very much, our live stream family. 50 of you plus were here. Thank you so much. We will make this recording available and thank you for being with us tonight. Good night.